I'm looking at the hero list. What else is there? I mean, any kind of a disable, because this lineup from NIP will just run away. If they use one Fisher, Timbersaw uses a Timber Chain, they can't really control them. Lifestealer Rage just runs away.
The hero we sometimes see is Centaur. He's done pretty well this tournament. Maybe not the best playing against Lifestealer Timbersaw though. They've got good ways to deal with the beefy fella. That's where Sanking with his elusiveness, who doesn't really get right-clicked as much as a Centaur does. He's not a frontliner per se. And Batrider, there we go. BKB piercing, it's more lockdown, it goes through the rage, it gives them a catch. And there's no save on NIP's side to deal with Lasso right now.
This is Batrider into Lifestealer.
That's
Usually
true.
it's the other way around.
Yeah,
they ban out Queen of Pain to have a good matchup for the Razor, so it's going to be Razor mid. It looks like it.
Yeah. I assume they've, most of the time when Magical's been playing the Razor for them, he's been going mid in the game so far. And we'll see if NIP just send Timbersaw there with the chain. Even if he's chaining out of the link, it still feels like Razor's going to free farm that lane. He may not be able to bully the Timbersaw by any means, but he should be able to farm. And Lina, so they go for a different option for the mid lane as far as matching up against Razor goes. Which means Timbersaw going to be played in the offlane, so looking for that Timbersaw versus Alchemist matchup, it seems, is NIP's idea here.
So, Razor, I mean, putting Alchemist mid against Lina is not a good option for Navi, but you would also want to have a better matchup for your Alch. I think Razor can catch up. Both of these heroes can actually catch up in the jungle. Razor is not the same hero that he was before, where he can't farm. Sometimes you see even Razor on top of the net worth list.
Yeah, maxing out like the passive and just stacking jungle camps. Going back for that.
Well, they're going to need to sacrifice one of their lanes because they can't have the better matchups on all the lanes, considering that they have a Batrider against the Lifestealer and Timbersaw against the Alchemist. That's what NIP wants.
All right, well, we'll see how they handle some of those lane matchups. As for NIP, Lifestealer, kind of the big hero I feel like to look at in a lot of ways. Hasn't been an amazing hero this tournament, but it is a fairly good Lifestealer game. The question is going to come down to those item timings. Can they slow down the Alchemist Radiance and his follow-up items? Because if Alchemist does get a couple of big items, this new Alch build we're seeing, I feel like, actually deals with Lifestealer pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
The BKB Abyssal Blade, you're able to just Chemical Rage and fight the Lifestealer, bashing him up. So not necessarily the counter to Alchemist if you don't shut Alchemist down enough.
Yeah, but they don't have the best rotating heroes to find Alchemist and gank him in the jungle once he goes back there. I mean, Earthshaker is okay, but who's he going to play with? And what does the Earthshaker level 4, level 5 do?
It's maybe more, it comes down to the Lina, perhaps in the mid lane, rotating, getting some runes and getting aggressive in the enemy jungle, but even that doesn't sound all that reliable or the ideal way to be, playing as a Lina. Lina wants to fall back and farm jungle herself. There's the Magical Razor. His previous match, a win on the TA. Of course, Magical, well known for his TA. It's been I feel like a good year for Magical as a player. He's kind of made a bit of a name for himself on this Navi side.
For sure. I'd say Zayat still is their best player.
Yeah.
But Magical. And Sonoiko was always stable, at least in my opinion.
Yep.
Like, his performance was good, decided to take a little bit of break, and then comes back.
There we go. We'll see an early smoke out from Navi. We'll see how Captain Sonoiko leads this team.
Yeah. Saxa wants to place a deep ward on high ground near the tier 2 tower, I guess.
Scout those lanes?
Yes.
It does feel like a game where NIP want to make sure they get those good lane matchups. That's why they pick some of these heroes to, they want Lifestealer versus the Batrider, they want Timbersaw versus the Alchemist, and if they can get those lanes, this game goes very well for them.
30 seconds to battle.
Let me see if this, let's take another screenshot. Does that, all right, well, we got no, I don't know what's happening. No camera control settings, but we'll make it work.
Both of these teams mirroring the observer ward on the high ground near the tier 2 tower to scout the lanes because they want to have a better matchup here.
Yep. So no lanes really being revealed just yet. take a look at some of that vision. Will they see anyone? This Dire Ward won't see the Timbersaw down bottom. It doesn't look like it. Will he walk into vision? They haven't seen Timbersaw just yet. They will be playing behind this tower, so maybe Zayats will scout him. And yeah, there we go. The Dire Ward. They see 33. They see him actually running from bottom to top.
Yeah, but look at what Jakiro is doing. He's standing here so they can't do a movement like this and dodge the ward.
It's going to be Blizzy. He walks into the ward. I think they know these wards are there. So this musical lanes, both teams kind of playing it here. It's giving Saksa, the Shaker, a free empty lane for now. As Zayats, it's the support who actually TPs in. I think the cores really want these good matchups, and as a result, the supports are actually getting to get some farm in some of these lanes. Jakiro, the 5s are farming down bottom. The 4s are farming at top. And the carries and the offlaners are running around the map, thinking, what the hell do I do? You can see here the Batrider's like, can I avoid this ward? No, you can't. You run past it. They know Blizzy's top now. And they know he's top, so 33's like, I'm going to head down bottom. And that means Ace is going to head back up top.
This reminds me of one of the EE games where he was swapping for almost 10 minutes. They ended up losing that game, but I mean, at some point you got to stop.
Yeah, and right now it's NIP who spend more time swapping lanes, but they are going to get the lanes that they want as a result of it. Does it come at too heavy of a cost? That's kind of the question.
Timbersaw 0 CS, Lifestealer 0.
Dude, look at the top Jakiro, PPD, 6 last hits. He just denied a range creep against an Alchemist. He's living his best life right now. He's like, what are you doing, 33?
I know what PPD is doing. He's probably saying, guys, keep swapping. Keep swapping. I need 200 gold for boots.
Yeah, he's having a great time. I'm surprised these wards aren't being dewarded because it's become such a common thing to do these lane scouting awards. We've seen it several times now, but I guess if you waste a sentry, you lose so much gold doing it. And finally, lanes, I think, are settling down now. Is this the end of the lane swaps, the class?
I hope so, so you can watch some Dota.
I like the lane
deeping
swaps.
bottom.
I'm enjoying my lane swaps. Don't you take this away from me. But yeah, so Trian, I guess that's going to be the solution from Navi. They say, well, we can't get the core matchups we want, but we can try lane to secure the Alchemist farm. And
That's going to be a first blood.
Yep. One more right click. It's going to be Zayat first blooding PPD.
And now he has Boots of Speed plus Orb of Venom. He can outrun both of these. Timbersaw does not even have a point in reactive armor.
Kill? No, he's not going to go for the Shaker. Didn't want to commit for it. Oh, Shaker had the boots. If Shaker didn't have boots, maybe.
33 is level 1. I mean, you're playing against Terrain Protector who has 92 damage.
And maybe this is where, even though the matchups are what NIP wanted, they're a bit underleveled, and Terrain Protector able to just do some bullying. He's keeping 33 kind of away from the lane, and with just 1 point in the reactive armor, he can't even get those stacks right now. He needs to be fairly careful down here.
Yeah, whenever you're not doing anything, you should just try to cut these creeps with the Quelling Blade, so that he can approach from that side.
Crystallize underneath the tower. Zayat's coming in from behind. Nico doesn't have anything to save Crystallize, so they just lose the Alchemist. They just dive in. That's just a casual whirling death kill.
That's level 2 Timbersaw diving between tier 1 and tier 2 tower.
It works. He gets a kill out of it. There's a leech seed here. Lizzie dying up top. I'm not thinking about this kill. Another whirling death coming out. With the stick charges, 33 is not an easy kill by any means. They drop a sentry here. Zayats! He may just die. He turns and drops a leech seed. Is he going to go for the root? Does do so. I think he realized there's a sentry there. Any revenge kill coming into play, there is going to be an Inkswell. The stun damage is going to be enough to get a kill there. PPD looking for some revenge. This Jakiro PPD is level 3.5, almost level 4. 1 or 2 more right clicks. He's going to win lace. He's going to get another kill. Denies the room, but PPD level 4 at 4 minutes in on Jakiro.
And he's buying the sentries, mangoes. He's going to have almost enough to buy Boots of Speed as well.
Drop some more for his team. We'll see him TP back in. Happy camper.
And because he's high level, he can afford to go for 202 build. Usually that's what you don't see against, I mean, at position 4. Yeah. 5, sorry. My brain is not working. Jakiro, who wants to max the Ice Pad.
More aggression out top, down bottom. 33 into a lot of trouble. He has got 2 points of reactive armor. With the roots and the magic damage, there is enough. 39 back at top. Lizzie with the Firefly is cutting waves behind the tier 2 tower. Is this Dota, Lacoste? What are we watching?
Well, you need to adjust to what's happening in the game. Block from Saksa, but has no mana.
Has no
If
TP
he
as
uses
well.
magic stick, but I don't think it's worth it to chase him.
So what's the plan here? Has got the totem. Gonna do some more stunts here. Blizzy's just trying to, you know, run around in circles. Take some more creep waves away. Up to clarity now. Is he going to steal this bottom wave? Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna drag it to the
No, he's going to go get another wave top maybe. I think he's going back top for a second wave. He wants the double wave for the next Firefly. Oh, another kill bottom. PPD, that's a high level Jakiro. He's almost level 5. Oh, nice fissure. He actually keeps the creeps away.
They're gonna stop. They're actually chasing.
The Bat Rider, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't take the mid ones, but he kept the ones that he had previously. He doesn't take the entire wave. Blizzy is going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. What? Is
Yeah,
this is the 4th lane? You know, in Dota you have lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, and Blizzy's like, here is lane 4, outside the enemy base.
And he's taking the mid creeps as well.
He's like, that's a lane tax. Those are mine now. You don't need those, do you, Magical? Nah, you can go jungle. Just give me these lanes. Navi are just on some next level shit right now. This is this is hilarious to watch. He's going to suicide now. There you go. Doesn't lose much gold there. It was only like 50 gold or so from his death that he lost. And TPD down bottom. Level 5 Jakiro at 6 minutes in. Holy cow. He may go down here if he's not careful. Does have the backup from the rotation from Saksa. Short in place as well. Zayat goes invis, but gets brought down. Nice kill, and PPD staying alive here. This is one of the most fun PPD 5-position games I think I've ever seen.
NIP has so many ways to deal with Treant Protector, a lot of spells that can cut down trees with. Macropire, Whirling Death, also Lina's LSA.
A wonky game. All the action mostly happening down bottom as Batrider also making his plays at top earlier, but he's actually TP'd down now to the bottom lane. Looking for this kill on the Timber. So he got the Timber Chain off, so the silence was a little bit too late. It looks like Blizzy instead was going to go for PPD, but with the tower there, he couldn't actually go for the dive. And Blizzy's rotation, he TP'd in for this one, doesn't really amount to a whole lot. They don't really want Alchemist and Batrider sharing this lane, so one of them's going to have to fall back. Probably was the outgo jungle now. I feel like he's level 4, but does have the phase double bracer, so it may just be jungle time for him. And it looked like Shaker has an observer. Shaker wants to get into this out jungle to get a ward down, either for vision or to block some camps.
Cute little play from Navi right there. Razor walks to the top lane, uses static link, so Lifestealer is forced to TP out, and now Alchemist TP stops so he can have a lane for himself.
Nice. He's going to have a lane as well as some jungle farm, so getting the best of both worlds. Blizzy needs to be careful here. Getting fairly low, does have the Tranquil Boots. Vata! Vata's like, thanks for the freebie.
A lot of TPs on the top lane once again.
Yeah, I think they realize the Alk is up here farming and they want to mess with his farm. They don't have to kill him necessarily, but just stopping him from getting these last hits and building up that
He's
creep was
also
great.
level 4. Like, he should be the one getting the tome in this game.
Yeah. At least one of the two. 3 heroes on this Navi side, level 4. Has overall been a very good start for NIP.
This is how you play against Alchemist.
Just run on him. It's 9 minutes in and he's got absolutely... I mean, he's got items, he just doesn't have levels, which matters quite a bit for an Alchemist.
He's not farming. I mean, he has 36 CS Lifestealers on top of the net worth with 56. But he needs a lane for himself. Either free lane or... Okay, so they warded the triangle. Oh, very nice creeps for him there. Mud Golems plus the Satyrs. That's the dream.
Are they going to come in and contest this one? PPD has the Sentry Ward, so he gets the D ward. He pay for this with his life if he's not careful. It's going to be a little Phantom with an Inkswell stun, but that's not going to do enough to get the kill. And Sux is rotated in. He's contesting the Golems. As is Fata, they're again running at the Alchemist. He's only level 5.5. They don't care as much about killing him as they do about slowing down this Radiance.
You know what they say? chase your dreams, but it feels like they have a different saying, chase Alchemist, because this dude is not having a fun time this game.
Big fight going on. Bounty runes are about to spawn, which is why this is such a big deal. If Alk can get these bounty runes, or his team can, that would be so much gold for them. Magical gets one, and this one should go Zayat's way. Lifesteal will get the 2 up top, but they're losing heroes here. The Alchemist is actually dead. Lina goes down in the end, but Alki, he died mid. How did Alki die? He just died to 33. Okay.
Level 6 Timber saw pretty easy to run him down. He was not level 6.
Alright, we're at the term. Zayat bought 1. Alchemist didn't. At least he's not buying it. Maybe he's asking his team to pull it to him. Very tough start for all Crystallize. He's still, net worth-wise, even with Lifesteal a bit, it's not where you want him to be. TP'd in top, thinking Magical is overcommitting. Not
They're
the case.
still trying to bull him out of his own jungle.
Maybe this Timbersaw versus Alchemist is not just about the damage output, it's about being able to just talk about invading, and it seems like 33, it's his job to do so. He's creating so much space. 3 heroes came from him, and he just Timber chains down to the low ground.
Actually 4 heroes there.
Yeah.
While on the top lane, Lifestealer is having the time of his life. As you mentioned, same amount of farm as Alchemist. And I love the build on Lifestealer. He has Armlet queued up, and then he can swap to whatever he wants. If he wants to go for just right-click damage, even if he decides to go for a Radiance, but getting Armlet this early on will be high value because they can keep the pressure.
Early in times it is. Does feel like Magical's the one who's kind of been rewarded for all this time spent chasing the Alchemist. Instead of the Alch having farm, Magical's actually in a pretty good spot. He's got 4 points in the passive. He's just, you know, doing his thing.
And the PPD is there to take a couple of creeps away from him.
And 33 is just having a great time playing behind some of these things. Down bottom, Zayats and Magical. They're in deep.
And on the bottom lane, Razor putting a lot of pressure. Meanwhile, Treant Protector hiding. 4 points in that Nature's Guys.
Yep, yep. We're just gonna hop on over. Hello, guys. Don't worry, we'll hop
Hello.
right back into Dota. Dota's coming your way. What's happening with us? Give us the radio cast.
Well, nothing at all. Actually, there is bottom lane. They're
We
trying
got
to
it.
focus the Razor.
That's a big kill.
4-man rotation just to get a kill on him.
So Razor goes down. Magical is a good game. Yet to die, but also yet to get involved. Like, we're seeing a lot of activity from heroes like the Timbersaw. Razor's been kind of playing that Lifesteal role where he's happy just to hit some creeps, but that death giving away quite a bit to NIP. Pretty much even between the two teams on gold.
He's stacking the enemy jungle, killing the creep wave. Seems like NIP understands how to play against Alchemist.
Yeah. They get heroes that farm jungle camps and farm stacks, and then send them at the Alk's jungle. That's what they're doing here. Both Lina and Timbersaw able to evade, and Timbersaw is, yeah, he's a jungle hero now. And by jungle, it's Navi's jungle he's taking, but he is going to get ganked up here. Magical rotating in with the lasso, and there's going to be an X-Fall stun to follow up the lasso. Magical gets the kill. They finally punish him as Crystallize approaches the Radiance that is oh so important this game. 4.2k gold, so he's getting there. He's getting there pretty damn fast.
It's actually going to be a decent timing on the Radiance still. Even though he got really bad laning stage, rough time. He needs only a minute. Blizzy getting closer to his Blink Dagger. Once he gets that, they should buy a smoke, try to get a pick off. Ideally on a Lifestealer, but then you need to rotate Razor as well because of the static link, otherwise they don't have the damage.
We've seen less of this Blink Rush on Batright as it feels, but this game with Alk on your team, it seems like they just want to be able to create as much space as possible.
Even though he's 0, 4, and 2, he actually created a lot of space on the map.
Well, and some of those deaths was like, he suicide to a tier 3, so it's not like as bad as it looks, maybe. Alk's Radiance about to please back a bit. Magical gets the static link off. Sucks to being slowed by this one, but I do think Navi will want to back off from this.
Oh, Zayats is scouting them out, has ulti.
could get off a multi-hero overgrowth. They saw those wards. I think he scouted out those wards being dropped, so they should be able to get this D ward. And they may even want to let Alk get the D ward.
Yeah, Alk has one sentry in his backpack, but he's afraid to go there now.
Yeah, they need a. Yeah, they're pinging it. They're saying this is warded here. They're even using the little observer ward ping. And Bounty Runes, Nico got both of the top ones, so NIP were so focused down bottom. It's another Bounty Rune split. Both 10 and 15 minutes we saw Na'Vi get 2 Bounty Runes, so those Bounty Runes have helped this Alchemist end up with an okay 15-minute timing on his Radiance. I say okay because it's not really quite this fast timing that you hope for with an Alch.
And this is what they need. I love this pickup on Treant Protector, going straight into Spirit Vessel. It's gonna do amazing things against Timbersaw, even though he's gonna have one way to deal with it. Soon about to finish his Fuel Scepter.
Zayat scouts out Fata, sets up a kill. Magical comes in to help clean it up, although it's Zayat's getting rewarded with the kill. He was the guy who set it up, so this Treant is just so pesky to play with how he moves around the map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It kind of has that feeling like Navi's in an okay spot despite not being ahead with Alchemist. You know, we always talk Alchemist want to be ahead, but it doesn't feel like they're under too much pressure right now.
But after the bad laning stage, he needs to recover, and they're doing it right now.
Yep. He's going to hit level 10 now, gets that attack speed talent. We're going to be seeing the new Alch build, the right-click build. Attack speed into damage, into cleave, Radiance. He has got the Blink queued up. We've seen a lot of Radiance BKB with Blink coming a bit later, but he wants to get the Blink as fast as possible, it seems.
They're even cutting down the trees on the bottom lane. See if they can scout out Treant Protector. Still no ulti on him for another 40 seconds. So they're not going to take this fight.
Yeah, they had the Radiant Sentry there as well planted, so if he comes forward, he may find himself getting burst down. They are trying to bait him in, but looks like they're kind of out of detection here. Will he walk into it once more? He's so close to it.
He's scouting the Sax's Blink Dagger.
Yep. Will he walk into the sentry? It's close. He's going to walk in. Oh, he walked in for a millisecond. They see him here, but they don't have any more detection. And I think they reveal the fact that the sentry, and there's going to be a Blink lasso. They catch out one. It's a life steal. He's got a rage, but Overgrowth not up now, but it just came back up. He's not going to use it as there was an infest into the Timbersaw. He's waiting to actually finish him off. Ace pops out. He hasn't got rage here, and with the Radiance, they should have the damage to bring him down, but it's Saxon with a Blink Echo Slam. Catches out two, blows up the Alchemist. Great play coming in from NIP, and the Overgrowth is too little too late, as Alk and Batrider both go down to a fantastic Echo Slam.
Timbersaw picked up a Lifestealer to save him there, sacrificed himself for the greater cause, and also removes, I mean, once he goes in, he removes the ulti from a Grimstroke, and no one wanted to come near to get the connect. Nicely done by NIP.
Good counterplay, and Na'Vi just didn't quite have the numbers they needed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Need to fight, maybe, if they're going to take a fight like that, bring in the whole squad. Magical continuing to get his farm on the top lane. He was 0-1-0, and now he's suddenly 2-1-2 after getting involved in a couple of kills.
Right now, Navi does not need to take a fight. They can just take it slow, farm 2 BKBs on both cores, and then take a fight.
And that's where getting forward. There's an Ice Path. Catch Nico out, following up the Fuel Scepter, and the tier 2 tower will go down. Ace getting active and involved with this early armlet of his. Yeah, maybe looking to throw in high ground here. 2 points in Liquid Fire. I'm not can they bring this high ground? A tier 3 tower this early on would be incredible. I would be surprised, but maybe. It's going to force Na'Vi to pop a glyph here, and
He should be careful because Lasso is up and they don't have any kind of save besides a Fissure. A lot of pings.
Na'Vi are going to wait for them to TP out. They will see the lifesteal at top, so now maybe go time. They get the lasso on the leader. They couldn't quite get that Fissure out, and they're going to have to leave Fata to die. The second that lifestealer shows top with his TP, Na'Vi jump. Very calculated play from them, coordinating their initiation with the lifestealer TP out, but at the same time, NIP, you know, that's...
NIP stayed there for way too long.
Exactly. That's like Dota 101. If you're pushing enemy near the enemy base and someone's going to TP back to farm another lane, you don't get caught.
You
As
can
you
TP
reduce-
back, farm the jungle.
Yeah.
Unless they have a ward in jungle. So Bat Runes are gonna spawn in 10 seconds. So this benefits Navi a lot because they just got a kill and might contest the top rune as well.
Can they get more than 2? They're going to get both the bottom ones. Top one, it doesn't look like it. Ace is going to get that one. They didn't want to risk it. Crystallize himself was not going to be going in. So, I mean, you get 2. You have an Alchemist. You're happy with 2 out of 4 bounty runes. Magical just popping his ultimate to farm some jungle camps a little bit faster. Kind of telling of the state of this game. He's just using his ulti to farm. Navi looking to get those BKB timings. Double BKB will come up very quickly with the rate that Alchemist can farm.
Soneko with that GPM talent on level 10, getting closer to his item, which is going to be a second invisibility item, so there's going to be a lot of sentries and...
Zayat scouts
Yeah,
out the
look at
smoke,
this.
but they know he's here. Zayat is like, do I stay in the trees? And the answer was kind of no. Could have maybe just looked to run south, but he was hoping there was no sentry there. Unfortunately for him, they know where he is, and some deforestation to bring him down. I mean, that's his job, though. That's the kind of death that you're okay with if you're Navi. I mean, ideally he outplays them and survives there, but if that's all you lose to that smoke gank and it's not Alchemist, it's not Razor, it's not the end of the world.
Exactly. If you can make something happen, just force them to show on the map, so your cores can farm the BKBs, and then you're gonna take a fight. It's really worth it.
Yep. We'll take the farm. Batrider could have gone for this farm, but he's leaving it for the Alk to take. Magical says, can I get
Some as well? I'm really close to my BKB.
I mean, Alk has his, but Crystallize wants his next item. Has the AC queued up. Normally, it's surprised to not see that Abyssal Blade, but I imagine that'll come afterwards. You are playing into that lifesteal, so the armor is going to be very helpful, but the Abyssal Blade with that rage-piercing bash as well as Abyssal active, very strong as well. Do you know what the Abyssal active is called, Lukas?
I don't know. Teach me.
No, I don't.
Super bash.
Overwhelm. There you go. Active Overwhelm. Makes sense, I guess. Don't know why.
And there it is. 2 BKBs. They instantly smoke. They also have a vision on them.
What can they catch here? Firefly's already been popped. Leave the Radiant Observer Wards. Maybe scout this one coming in. The lasso is going to catch Sparta again. It's been caught out. Has his defensive yules, but no chance to escape.
They're pinging the tier 1 tower on mid. If it was closer to Roshan, I think they would just got the Rosh. But the tier 1 tower is still standing. They want to have an entrance to their jungle and just have a better map control with this tier 1 tower on the mid. It's in the end the most important tower in the game.
Crystallize in the front lines. Doesn't have Chemical Rage, but it doesn't look like an MP of any inclination to contest this. Annoying stuff's coming out. Soneko takes the tower last hit. Cheeky little bugger.
Was that intentional? It looked intentional.
It looked very intentional. Soneko is one of the greedier 5s, you know. For a 5, he's a guy that likes to get his farm sometimes. Alchemist, what's he going to buy? Gets the Hyperstone. We're at level 14. This out does feel a bit under-leveled. Like, farm-wise, he's doing okay, but you would love to see him working towards some of those really impactful talents, the damage as well as that cleave. Magical up top. He needs to be careful. Goes for the TP out. Saksa, is he going to get the fissure? He guesses wrong. He shot it the other direction. Had the package inside that was the lifestealer.
Also, Batrider is working towards his BKB, only the recipe away, but for now he's just saving it for a buyback. Oh, the double damage spawned near the Roche. Lifestealer with the Deso. They can easily take it down.
Dire have any way of scouting this one out? They don't. They don't know this one's there.
Oh, he gave him a bottle. They can't really siege with the Lifestealer that you're used to. He goes in, uses Rage, hits the tier 3 tower, because there's 2 spells that go through his Rage. Actually 3 spells, if you want to say Acid Spray, so he's really vulnerable.
They have scouted out this double damage rune in a bottle, though. They've got an Observer Ward mid, so they know there's a DD on Ace, which means they probably called and said, hey, he might Roshan. They might smoke with an infest. Be ready for NIP to make some play with
They
this
know.
double damage.
They just scouted them out.
The ward saw the smoke.
Yeah. If they're gonna try to bait it with the bounty.
Ooh. Navi want to fight this one.
Just let it be.
NIP aren't going for it though. NIP themselves don't feel safe going to the enemy side of the map. They do not want to take that team fight. Top bounty runes are still there though, and PPD says, thanks. You guys have Alchemist, we'll take these bounty runes. At the same time, Navi, they don't know which direction they smoke, so they were maybe worried that NIP smoked towards that top side of the map.
But still didn't see a full 5 flash for quite some time. Both of these teams are just farming, trying to make something happen. And Leisler had AC queued up at one moment, but he is switching to Lincoln Sphere. This is the correct build, because you're playing against the Bat Rider, against the Razor. You need to have that item.
Lifesteal is infested, and guess what that means? Passive Midas. There we go. Pops out. Just to pop the Midas. Has the double damage rune active now. There's an Arcane rune here as well. He passes the bottle back to Fatu, who can bottle that one up. He is going for the Roshan. Can Navi get here in time? It doesn't look like they're intent on contesting this one. They're pinging it now, but
It's getting low.
gotta get here soon.
They have two zoning abilities, Fisher and Ice Bat.
Out's not here. He just buys a TP now. Fisher comes in to try and buy some time here. Ace is outside of the pit with his double damage, though he's not hitting Roshan. He doesn't feel safe doing so. Zayat is now in position. He is scouted up by a sentry ward, but Navi see how low Roshan is and also see that NIP have backed off.
PPD, look at his positioning. He is in front. He wants to die so he can TP back with the buyback.
Crystallize. He's going to look to maybe steal this Roshan. Blinks in with the Acid Spray. I don't know if NIP will expect this. They've got to try and scout this out soon. Fissure's available, but do you want to commit the Fissure? There's going to be a blink in. Saxa goes for the Aegis, has been taken by Crystallize. He snatches it as NIP did get the last hit, but Ace is not going to be happy with this outcome. He loses the Aegis, and NIP are losing multiple heroes. 3 have already been slaughtered. The Overgrowth is there as well, and the Timbersaw stopping him from chaining himself out of here. Gets the chain before the silence hits him, but yeah, he's done for.
He already
Dead.
used that Yule Scepter aggressively, and with the Spirit Vessel charge on him, nothing he can do. They're gonna need to use the buyback because Navi's not stopping. This is a wave with the Catapult.
They've got Catapult, they've got an Aegis on Alchemist. This is trouble for NIP. Navi onto the high ground. And there's just no defending this one. This looks like a free uncontested Rex. Lifesteal doesn't have TP, by the way. 45 seconds without. Ace TP bottom to the shrine during that fight, so
They're giving it up.
yep. I think it's probably the right call. Obviously, it's not a call you want to make, but once you lose that fight and you lose that Aegis, you just say, well, we got tier 2 tower mid, tier 2 tower bot. It's one lane of Rax. We can still play down one lane. Alchemist is a hero that may fall off if we can drag this game out.
Ideally, you would want to take the shrine, but there's a huge creep wave bottom that Alchemist just killed, and now he's going to continue to farm, probably meet at the tier 2 tower on the bottom. They want to make use of this Aegis.
Yep. Crystallize working towards that Abyssal Blade next. Buys some Sentry Wards. What a team player. He just bought them himself. What a carry player, man.
Wow. Not what you usually see.
300 gold. I mean, at some point, you get 6 odds so fast, it kind of makes sense. I don't mind this. But, I mean, I guess he's just saying, like, right now, it's like, I don't have many item slots right to give with the Aegis and the Blink Dagger. Alchemist is a hero that very quickly runs out of room to farm items. He starts pulling Acceptors fairly early on, and he's going to start pulling Sentries early on.
He's gonna scout him out, but he knows something is up. They had a sentry, misses the ulti.
Did hit him with the Spirit Vessel, but Saxa able to escape before that damage came into play. And like you said, this tier 2 bottom tower is what they have in mind with the Aegis. Just taking these outer towers, even if you don't go for a high ground push, just means if you win a fight, you can actually get those other lanes of Rax without having to, push in that same lane. And Navi positioned on the high ground. There's not much NIP can do to fight around this area.
They're probably gonna take the shrine, even though the bottom shrine is not that valuable since it's further away from Roche.
Well, they're going to smoke. They're going to run away from it. They're running up for bounty runes. I think they know NIP are going to go for these top bounty runes at 30 minutes. And they smoke, head that direction. Can they get here in time? NIP 33. Perhaps going to be none the wiser to this rotation coming in. Doesn't go for the second one. Does have a TP out, and he may have to use it soon, but he's being spotted. Blink Lasso was there. He was mid-animation to cast the Timber Chain out, but that'll be a dead Timbersaw. He needs to get this bounty rune still. There we go. Alchemist says, thanks.
They still have a minute and a half.
Maybe they're drawing lines down mid. It looks like they want to get the other tier 2. Get the tier 2 mid, then go for the shrines. Even if Aegis expires, you can still probably go for these shrines because you're so strong with this BKB timing. Triple BKB. There's just so little NIP can do against these. NIP going for a second Lincoln's even on Lina. It's a lot of gold into these
It's a lot of gold, but where's the damage? They have no damage whatsoever, especially with the BKB.
Looks like Zayat's bottom lane. Trying to mess with them a little bit. Saksa. Fata. Looking to bring down this Treant Protector, but Zayat is very tanky. Has now the Overgrowth, and Fata's just going to die here. 1 or 2 more right clicks finish him off, and Zayat's baiting the hell out of them.
Treant Protector is extremely tanky, a lot of strength gain, some magical resistance, sitting at 30% right now, also with the Spirit Vessel, 2.2k HP.
Trees can be ferocious if provoked, he says.
Was that the Lord of the Rings quote? You just made that up.
No, it's a voice line.
Oh.
It's one of the Treant voice lines. It's a Dota 2 quote. It's a Treant Protector quote. That's his campaign slogan. Treant Protector.
Vote for Treant.
Arcana 2020, he says. 2019 wasn't his year, but next year, let's do Treant. And Navi, just go high ground. 5 seconds left. They did have a buyback on Shaker, and I think Lina did too, but...
Smoke, but look at the positioning from Zayat. He's gonna break that smoke.
They're trying to buy this next Lincoln Sphere on Lina, but Zayat is just behind enemy lines. Have an Overgrowth in a couple of seconds here. He can blink in for an Overgrowth if Lifestealer goes in with a raid. Alchemist getting fairly low on the front lines. They do scout the Treant Protector. Can he Overgrowth to turn this one around? They've already killed off the Lina though. There's just no opening for this lifesteal to get in the fight. Timbersaw's going to instantly buy back. There's the Overgrowth, keeping everyone in place, but the Rage is up, so Ace just gets right out of it, and Magical forcing himself out of this one, gets away from the raised up lifesteal, and this lifesteal's Rage is gone, and NIP have lost 3. They've also been forced to buy back on the Timbersaw, and this fight looks all but over. Zayat is just hiding the hell out of them.
Man, Zayat, what a player. He's just standing in the trees using Spirit Vessel on Earthshaker. He used 3 charges of Spirit Vessel, and Earthshaker could not blink in to use any of his spells.
So well played. He didn't have Echo Slam, but regardless, it's such a high impact play to make as a Treant Protector, and with all these heroes dead, they're just going to go for the Mega Creeps now. Saksa can't blink in the Acid Spray as well, and he's got the Lifesteal inside them. He's got to find an opening to get into this one. He looks for a Blink Totem, he doesn't find it.
Echo's on cooldown.
They're just going to lose Timbersaw. That's a dieback. This is looking like game. They're going to go for the Mega Creeps, and I don't think there's anything NIP can do.
Mega Creeps, it is. I mean, they can try to make a comeback. We've seen a lot of the comebacks. Hype it up one more time.
They get the Razor down nice and low with the lifesteal fall, but there's a 4-star. Magical gets kept alive. Limit Cape and Living Armor. Ice committed everything for it. They get the Alchemist in the end, and they do save their racks. It's a range racks on half health, but it's something. It's better than nothing. It's better than Mega Creeps. I'll tell you that, Lacoste.
We've seen like 3-4 Mega Creep comebacks, if you count in Mega Creeps comebacks where they lose all their Raxes and just run down the mid. So game's still not over, even though it's looking extremely bad for NIP right now. Also next Roche may respawn in 50 seconds.
Good, Alchemist is going to be back for that.
Yeah.
That's the important thing if you're Navi. They hit level 20 on Razor, which means he gets that Eye of the Storm talent now as well. He's probably asking his bro, where's my Axe Scepter at? I wouldn't mind one of those. Doesn't look like any Ags coming out anytime soon. And if anyone deserves one, I'd maybe give it to Zayat here, how well he's played. But at the same time, Tree and Ags, this game with all the tree cutting abilities, maybe not the best thing in the world.
If it comes to that, I would give it to Grimstroke, actually.
Oh. Over the Razor?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they don't have to siege the towers anymore. They killed all tier 3s, and with the Dark Portrait, you just use it on a life stealer, but you need to pop his Lincolns.
Playing with the main bounty runes coming up. NIP going to get the top ones, Navi get the bottom ones. And Alchemist alive once more. And queues up an Ag Scepter. He had Moonshot queued up, but I think his team were like, come on, man. You got to pull at least one Ags before you even consider a Moonshard. That's like Alchemist play 101. Got to get back to your team. Mid lane, Magical finds PPD and looking for the solo kill with the Skadi slow. Overgrowth is there. Oh, he was fishing for a second kill on the Shaker. It doesn't quite catch him in the Overgrowth, and the TP out just before Blizzy got in range for a lasso.
Level 3 ulti. I mean, it's really worth to use it. He wanted to catch the second hero, but also has a 10% cooldown reduction on level 10, so ulti will be up again.
Oh, he's going to also find 33. Oh, he doesn't see him there. He was going for a TP out. If he did manage to find him, he could have cancelled that. They're fishing. They even use a scan. They're like, where did this Timbersaw go?
And look at the timing. This is the wave with 2 catapults. 35-minute mark.
Blink Echo, they want this up. He gets Glimmered. He gets 4-star forward. He gets double 4-star forward, but this is pushing him away from the life, so he's going to turn and fight with the BKB. He's got the Rage as well as an Abyssal Blade here. He's going to go on the Timbersaw first. He gets taken out with the Shaker. They committed everything to try and kill Alchemist, and the 4-stars keep him alive. Even when you're forcing him into the enemy base, the key thing is force him away from the Lifestealer. And that's exactly what Crystallize had happened to him. Now he's got the bashes, he's manning up, he's taking on Ace, he gets the kill on the Lifestealer, and it is good game. Well played. PPD calls it.
Way better performance by Navi in this game. You can see the team play managed to come back from the really bad laning stage. A lot of lane swaps. You can see the adjustment that Batrider did because he didn't have the lane to go to.